What is going on, guys? Panther here, and we are bringing you our APA Little Cup Week 2 battle against Melon and his Exeter Chiefs. So, a lot of you guys probably know Melon. He is from the GBAD League. I don't know if he's competed in there recently. I know he took a bit of a break from Draft League overall for a little bit. I think he had school or something like that going on. I know he was in PCL as well. So, he's a very good battler. Like I said, he was in the GBAD League. And performed decently well there, if I remember correctly. I don't think he's ever played Little Cup before, though. So I think that's a bit of a concern of his. I think he's just here to kind of have fun, which this is a fun league anyways. Little Cup is a lot of fun if you've never played it. Definitely recommend it in draft league format. But anyways, yeah. So he's got a really well put together team here, though. He has two really big threats to my team, and those are the first two mons actually on his lineup there in Almanite and Mundulax. So let's talk a little bit about those. So the Almanite, obviously with Shell Smash, just really goes in against my team. My best response to it is Chespin, which I didn't really even bring because +2 Ice Beam just really eats it up with a little bit of chip. Mundulax is incredibly threatening for my team, though. Don't really have a ton of physical attackers on the team. I have Sandshrew, I have Machop, I have Ponyta, but Mundulax does have thick fat, so it kind of eliminates Ponyta as a reliable answer to that. So Machop's really my best way of breaking that. So I can't really let him set up on me. If he's like the Cursed Recycle set, it's going to be a long day for my squad. So my plan to deal with that is really Flame Orb Machop. So I want to get my Flame Orb activated as much as I can, and I kind of built my team around that here this week. I have a Choice Scarf Wingull. At 19 speed, it's going to speed tie with max speed Almanite after a boost. So my plan is to attack the Almanite with anything and everything that I have in at the moment. Never let it set up. And if it does set up, I'll hopefully get enough chip off on it to be able to eliminate it with Machop's Bullet Punch after my Flame Orb. And then if not, I also have Sash Heliolisk as well to deal with that. My plan for the Munchlax is just preserve the Machop, never let it set up to more than +2, and then I should just be able to straight kill it from full with the close combat. So if I can deal with those two Pokemon, I feel like I should be able to win this game. Badoo I threaten very well with Ponyta, with Wingull. Ghastly, I have a decent answer to with my Trubbish. I have a Thief Recycle Trubbish to be able to handle things. Pikipek is a unique mon here. If it's a Scarf Pikipek, I always have Wingull to be able to revenge it. So I'm not too concerned about that either. And then I just have a Eviolite Sandshrew because it's nice and bulky. It's able to take some hits as well. So let's go ahead and jump into things. I'm going to lead off with my Wingull. Gives me my best overall lead against his team. If he wants to lead with the Badoo, I can threaten that out and just U-turn out. If he wants to lead with anything else, I can obviously fire off a big attack if I wanted to. Like if you let off with Finneon, I'm free to fire off a big attack or just U-turn on the incoming Munchlax. I really feel like whatever he leads with, I think he'll go into Munchlax. So like if you let the Badoo, U-turn out on the Munchlax, go into Machop and immediately threaten something. But he goes into Almanite. And so you know my plan, my game plan. I'm going to immediately attack it with anything. He's going to Shell Smash though. Now this is at minimum of speed tie, so it's put me in a position to try to win this 50-50 here to just eliminate this thing from the game, and that's exactly what I'm going to do because I'm not in a position to where I want to sack something already. So I'm just going to fire off into the Scald here, and we end up what we think winning was the speed tie. I talked to him after the game, and he did not creep the Scarf Wingull, so it was probably the modest set, which hits 26 speed, whereas Wingull hits 28. So we're able to pick up the kill there. He knows he can safely go out into Badoo. Now I think he'll probably just try to get up a Spike here is what I'm thinking in my head, but I'm going to go out into my Ponyta because my Trubbish is very passive against it, and I don't want to let this thing Spike stack me. So he fires off the extra sensory, predicting the Trubbish. Trubbish is my designated Ghastly answer, so I definitely don't want to go into that too early. So I'm going to make a double here, predicting the Munchlax to come out. I believe he goes out into the Finneon here, though. Oh, Luminion, I'm sorry. The Luminion. So, yeah, in comes the Luminion. I do get my Flame Orb activated at minimum, though. So, that's definitely a positive here in this game. So there's a lot of mind games here that kind of take place. So let's check this out. So he's gonna make a double out here as well, and he's gonna go into Badu, predicting my Heliolisk to come in. And yep, he's got him Badu now. I can just fire off a Volt Switch though, kind of scout, see what this thing's item is, if it's Berry Juice, if it's Eviolite. We're limited to 2 items max per team, or 2 of the same item max per team. So free to go out into my Ponyta. Again, he's going to fire off another extra sensory. Really wanting to catch my Trubbish, but I'm not going to give it to him. I'm a Z Ponyta. I'm a Z Sunny Day here this week with Bloom Doom. Or I'm Sunny Day with Bloom Doom, Flame Charge, and Flamethrower. So I'm just going to fire off my Flame Charge here because I don't want to reveal what I am quite yet. So he's going to go out into Lax, and like I said, I don't want to give this thing free setup. So I'm going to go out into my Sandshrew here, I do believe. Yep, I'm going to go out into my Sandshrew because I can knock this thing's item. And he's going to make another double. I believe he goes back out to the Badu or the Finneon. So here comes Finneon again, and of course that forces me out. I'm going to go ahead and switch out, go into my Heliolisk again. I do have a little bit of bulk on Heliolisk. It's speedy with some bulk investment, so we can check this thing pretty adequately here. So he's going to fire off that U-turn. Go right back out into Lax. This is just going to give me a Volt Switch, though. We're going to play the pivot game here for a little while. Neither one of us has have hazards up, so we're going to be able just to kind of play this and go back and forth here for a little while. But now I'm able to kind of get initiative as I go out into my Sandshrew. He's got the Zen Headbutt tech, though, for the Machop. That is something I definitely do not want to catch. So now I'm free to fire off a knockoff, though. And I believe he goes out into the Lumineon. Yeah, and I'm going to knock off this thing's Berry Juice here. Oh, nope, I'm going to get my rocks. Sorry, I'm going to get my rocks. Don't knock off quite yet. And he's just going to defog here on the turn. Then I switch out and go into Salsa again. So into Salsa again. Heliolisk really came in clutch here this match. Being able to pivot around and whatnot. So now we're going to be able to just Volt Switch again. I do believe. Yep, we're going to be able to Volt Switch in on the Lax, and he's going to be able to get his Berry Juice here. Yeah, he's going to get his Berry Juice. So we know he's Berry Juice, we know he's in Headbutt, so it means one of his move slots are going to be dedicated to Recycle. And in comes Machop. And now we're free to try to get our kill. So I'm going to click Close Combat here. There's no reason for me not to click Close Combat. And he's going to go into Badu. And Badu is not going to like this CC. If he wants to risk the Ghastly, he can risk the Ghastly. I have counterplay to Ghastly, but I brought Machop to Wall Break, and that's exactly what Machop's going to do. Is he's just going to click that CC. Now I can freely click Ice Punch here. He can't go into Ghastly on this, and the Badu is just going to drop to that Ice Punch. So down goes Badu. Machop claims a soul here in this one. And we're looking pretty strong here. As long as we can keep this play up with Machop, we should be in pretty good shape. So now he is going to bring out the Ghastly. I do not want to catch a Shadow Ball. Obviously, die to that. But I do, like I said, have my counterplay to this in my Trubbish. So go out in the Trubbish. That's non-boosting. So he's either like Scarf or Z-Move or something like that. I'm going to just click Thief here because I steal an item. You know, I could just take this opportunity to try to get up a spike or something like that. But I think it's better just to go ahead and thief up, steal that Berry Juice, and now I've got that here on the following turn if I need that. The following time I come in on Ghastly, that is. So there's Lumineon again. Lumineon's going to fire off the Scald, and luckily we're able to catch this thing with Heliolisk again. Pick up a little bit of Dry Skin, and that's going to come into play later. I'm free to fire off the Volt Switch here. I don't think he wants to go into Munchlax again because that's gonna grant me initiative with Machop. I don't think he wants Machop in. I think he wants Munchlax to have the opportunity to be able to set up here. So he's going to go out into the Pick-a-Peck here, and I took a long time thinking about this. I died to the Bullet Seed. I'm thinking he's Scarf here. This one thing he's Scarf, Picky-Peck. I'm thinking he's Z-Move, Ghastly, and then he reveals Flame Charge, and I'm like, ooh, It's like, okay, 1 flame charge is not bad. I wish I would not have went out into Trubbish, though. Now, I wanted to just go out into Trubbish on the Brave Bird. I always lived it, and I would come right back up to full. But now he goes for 2 flame charges, and now I'm like, this ain't good. So, now what I'm trying to do is weaken this thing. I'm trying to weaken this thing a little bit. I go for the Thief, expecting this to do a decent chunk. We don't steal an item, so now we know it's a Z move. Now I know I need to sack. I'm going to sack my Ponyta because Ponyta does the least amount for me at this point in the battle, in my opinion. So I'm going to go out into Ponyta as he goes for the Z move. And Ponyta is just going to absolutely drop to this Z move. So down goes Ponyta. Yep. Here comes Ponyta. And so keep in mind, he's +2 right now. I am Scarf Wingle, but this thing outspeeds everything on my team. But I do have a little bit of bulk investment on my Heliolisk. I took a lot of time calculating this one out. I actually am out of range of everything. Of Brick Break, of Bullet Seed, of everything. Barring a crit. So this should leave me on 1 with this. So thankfully rocks are not up or anything like that. Because this may have been GG here at this point if not. So Salsa is going to be able to take this like a champ and just Volt Switch on out of there, living on 1 HP. So Salsa really coming in clutch there, picking up its 2nd kill of the match, and down goes the Picky Peck. So that was a really good set on Melon's part, and could have really won him the game if he had rocks up. So now we've just got to play around this Munchlax. So I want to go out into Sandshrew. Now here's the thing, at this point in the match he does not have his berry juice, so I cannot knock off his berry juice. So this was a misplay on my part, really going out into this. I should have went out into Machop just to immediately threaten, and now he's going to start setting up curses. So I am going to I have a couple of options here. I can keep attacking and try to just knock this thing off, but I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to go out into my Machop here, predicting the recycle as he goes for a next level play, the Zen Headbutt, and obliterates my Machop. So now it's like, oh gosh, I could lose this game if I'm not able to knock that berry juice. If I'm not able to knock that berry juice or crit him, we're gonna see what happens. But I'm just going to be able to start firing off earthquakes. He's got a curse up, and he's going to give me the opportunity to crit him. Whenever you run a set like, Calm Mind or Curse or Cosmic Power or anything like that, that's always a possibility because your opponent's just spamming moves against you. So it's something you always have to watch out for. At this point in the match, I'm trying to catch him with his berry juice so I can knock it off. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to knock off his berry juice or leave him low enough to where Wingle can be able to come in and clean him up with a Hurricane. So he's going to curse again. He is out of range of our attack, of course. And we're going to fire off one more Earthquake. And this is the turn that we pick up the crit. So we unfortunately pick up the crit there and knock out the Munchlax, leaving him with just the Ghastly left. So it's looking pretty bleak for Ghastly against the world here at this point. So he's going to be able to fire off the Psychic. He turns out to be a Choice Scarf Ghastly, and Sandshrew is going to be able to finish this game off with a knockoff. So good game to Melon here. This was a really good one. He prepped really, really well, especially that Picky Peg set. Now the Picky Peg set definitely could have beat me. Like I said, if he had Hazards up, that was probably a good game there at that point. That was a really, really, really good set on his part. That was a really aggressive play and a read on his part too, going for the Zen Headbutt on the incoming Machop. So really well done, really well played here on his part here in this one. So good game to you again, Melon. Looking forward to watching your side of the battle. I know you live com, so really looking forward to that. But yeah, guys, hopefully if you enjoyed the Little Cup content so far, we're now 2-0 heading into next week against Steven and his Hartford Whelmers. So be sure to check that out next week. BBL Finals going up soon. Don't know what day yet. It may have already went up since the game's a little bit late here at this point against Gypsy. So be sure to check that out if you have not already either. But good game again to you, Melon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time.